Okay, so I think this is the first time that, yeah, I'm live on Facebook as well. All right, so this is the first time I'm live on both Facebook here and YouTube here. So, Facebook on our pmclounge.com website. The Facebook official Facebook page is facebook.com/pmclounge, and the official YouTube channel is youtube.com/pmclounge. Now, the reason for this video is the questions that we have been receiving about validate scope. So validate scope is something that we have been covering these days over at PMC Lounge, right? So one of the questions that I received was about the difference between validate scope, control quality, and the closed project or phase processes, right? So it seems, and I totally agree with it, it seems as if these three processes are doing the same thing, right? So let's talk about these three processes a bit. So validate scope, what is validate scope? So validate scope again falls into the monitoring and controlling process group, and it is part of the scope management knowledge area. So what you're doing in validate scope is basically you are obtaining the official sign off, right? The word official here is important. So you're all right, I think we are back on YouTube. So yeah, like I was saying, so what validate scope process does is basically it obtains official sign off on deliverables. So that is what you're doing, right? You're taking official sign off from the client, from the key stakeholders in the validate scope process. Like I said, it is a part of the monitoring and controlling process group in the scope management knowledge area. Let's talk about control quality now. And I've spoken a bit about this previously as well. So what control quality does is it is part, of course, of the monitoring and controlling process group again, but this is part of the quality knowledge area. All right. And what it does is that it ensures that deliverables are correct, right? And it meets the quality standards, right? Quality control. What do you mean by that, right? When the deliverable is ready, you do a check on it and you make sure that it meets the quality criteria, right? So a source code, right? If the quality criteria set by the company is that the source code should be 98% defect free, that is the control quality, that is the kind of control on the quality that the organization is looking for, right? So when the code is ready and you do a control quality measure on it, that is what you're doing. You check that the code is 98% defect free. So that's what you're doing in control quality. In validate scope, you are obtaining official sign off on the deliverables, while in control quality, you are only internally testing a deliverable to make sure that it is of the quality that is required, or that is a mandate in the organization that you're working in. Now, what is closed project or phase, right? So this is part of the closing process group and an integration management knowledge area. So the question here is, what is the difference between validate scope and closed project or phase process, right? Since you are obtaining approval on deliverables in the validate scope process, then what is the need of the closed project or phase process? Because essentially you're doing the same thing there as well, right? So the difference lies in how you are treating your project, right? So several deliverables are a part of a project, right? One project will have several deliverables. Each deliverable needs to be approved, needs to be accepted by the client and the key stakeholders, right? Obtaining official sign off on every single one of those deliverable is what you do in the validate scope process. When it comes to close project or phase, what you're basically doing is that you are getting a sign off on the entire phase, all the deliverables of one phase, right? You are, or the when you talk about closed project, you are getting a sign off on the entire project, all the deliverables of the entire project. Now, how is this different? How is these two different, right? So the thing is, a project with 10 deliverables, right? So you get sign off in the validate scope process on each of those 10 deliverables. Now, when they combine together, they form the product of the project. When you get a sign off, right, in the closed project or phase process, you are basically getting a sign off that all these 10 deliverables, when combined together, deliver what the client is looking for, right? So the sum of parts of all these deliverables, right, it makes sense, right? The sum of all these parts make up the product that the client was looking for. And you get a sign off in the close project or phase process on the entire product of the project, not just one deliverable, not just all deliverables in silos, right? Because you're getting sign off as silos in the validate scope process. But in close project or phase, all the deliverables together, right, combined together in a phase or in the entire project is what you're getting a sign off on when you're getting a sign off in the closed project or phase process. So that's the difference. That is how these three processes function. Like I said, validate scope, you obtain sign off, the official sign off from the client, the key stakeholder, official, or you can call it formal sign off from the client or the key stakeholders is what is required in the validate scope process. In control quality, you are internally, in most of the cases, internally checking the deliverable that it meets the quality standards. That is what you're doing in the control quality process. In closed project or phase, what you're doing is that all the parts, all these deliverables together make sense to the client, right? All these parts together make up the product that the client was expecting, and then you get a sign off on that. So that's the difference between these three processes. I hope this was clear. Just wanted to go live and test this out as well, right? Going live on Facebook and on YouTube together. Just want to test this, and I thought, what better way to do it than answer a question that came up, and it was related to validate scope, the process that we are covering these days on PMC Lounge. So subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, youtube.com/PMC Lounge. Check us out on our social media, facebook.com/PMC Lounge if you haven't done so already. We are also on Twitter, twitter.com/PMC Lounge. And do check out the website, pmclounge.com, your number one free resource for PMP certification and other project management certifications, as well as project management industry information. All right, thanks. And I hope you liked the live streams that we are doing. Do let us know in the comment if you liked it. That's all that I had. I'll finish off with the Facebook live first. So Facebook is gone now. I'll close out on the YouTube one. All right, I think this is what. Okay. All right, thanks and have a nice day.